Hey everybody, welcome to Frannie's Hair. Today I wanted to talk to you about Belle Tress Madison because I realized I reach for this wig over and over again. It has become definitely my favorite Belle Tress wig, and I still love Newport, but I'm going to tell you why I like this even better, and probably one of my favorite wigs in my entire wig closet. So stay tuned, I'll tell you all about it. Okay, so those of you who have been with me for a while know that I love Belle Tress Newport, and I still love Belle Tress Newport. But I find the test of a favorite wig is really not when you first try it on and not when you look at the style and say, oh yeah, this is really nice. It's which wigs are you constantly grabbing? And I find myself grabbing this one over and over again. So before I talk to you about what I love about Madison so much, let me give you the details. Madison is part of Belle Tress's City collection. She has a lace front, and if you know anything about Belle Tress, they do impeccable lace fronts, and she has a left side mono part. I have her in the color Caramel Blonde Rooted, which is one of my favorite Belle Tress colors. It's a warm blonde with some auburns mixed in, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the color in a little bit. Before I tell you Madison's measurements, let me just tell you my measurements. My circumference is 21.5 inches. Ear to ear, I'm 11.5 inches. Forehead to nape, I'm 12.5 inches. My face, forehead to chin, is 8.5 inches. My forehead is 3.5 inches and my neck is 3 inches. I know that's a lot of measurements, and if you don't know how to measure your head correctly, I'm going to link a video in the description where I show you how to measure your head correctly. You can also head over to frannieshair.com, and under the size charts, there's that video there as well. Now, the reason I give you so many measurements is because I want to give you as much information as possible so that when you're looking at a wig on me, you can try to figure out how it's going to look on you. If I have a longer face than you, then you know that the wig's going to fall differently on my face than on yours. For example, I have an 8.5 inch face. That's pretty long. If you have a shorter face, then where this falls is going to be different on you. It's falling around my chin, but it may fall around your neck. So those are the things that you want to know when you're watching somebody review a wig. All right, so let's talk about Madison's measurements. Her sides are 6 inches. The nape, 2 inches, the bangs 4 to 5 inches. So I said my forehead is 3.5, so you'll see the bang is a little bit long on me. If I wanted to wear bangs, I would want to snip those a little, but that could be a really cute look with the wave and a little bit of bang. The overall length is 9 inches, which makes sense. If my face is 8.5, it's a little bit longer than my face, and she weighs just 3.4 ounces. The color Caramel Blonde Rooted is described as a warm, rooted, highlighted color. It has light brown roots, a blend of light gold blonde, a hint of strawberry blonde, and light auburn with a balance of cool, light blonde highlights. So it really has a lot of warmth in there in the golden blonde and the auburn, but then it does have some light highlights that give it just a little bit of coolness, but overall, it's definitely a warm color. This kind of reminds me of Tressallure 1723 R8, also one of my favorite colors because it has so many dimensions to the warmth. You have the auburn in there and the golden blondes. I don't know if 1723 R8 has any cool tones like this does, but they remind me of each other. Okay, so let me give you a look at the style, and then we'll talk about what I love about this wig. Really beautiful, right? Okay, so what do I love about Madison so much? Well, where do I start? I would say the number one thing that makes me like Madison more than Newport for me is the wearability. And the reason that I say it's more wearable for me is the length. The length of Madison doesn't rub against my clothes at all. Now, all Belle Tress wigs are heat-friendly wigs, and I'm sure many of you know heat-friendly fibers require heat to keep them looking nice. And the more that the fibers rub against your clothing, the more maintenance they need. I've been wearing her so much and I have not applied heat yet because she doesn't rub against my clothes. I love that. Another thing I love about her is the style. I feel like this style can fit so many people. It's a light wave, it's not a curl and it's not perfectly straight. You get a little bit of volume, not too much, not too little. I feel like I'm talking about Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and this one is just right. This is a style that you can just wear casually, or you could really dress it up however you like, and then of course you can apply heat and change the style if you want to. But I like it so much I haven't touched it. It's literally throw on and go right out of the box. And finally, now this may not resonate with everybody, I like a lower density wig. This is low density. She weighs only 3.4 ounces. She has no permatease. So it's just a very natural look for me, somebody who always had thinner hair. Now when I had Debbie on, who was trying wigs on for a larger circumference head, one of the things she didn't like about Madison was that there was not enough volume for her. So it really depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something with permatease where you can really zhuzh it up and get a lot of volume out of it, this isn't the wig for you. But for somebody like me who has very fine hair naturally, this just feels like home. Okay, so those are the reasons that I really love Madison. If you have Madison, I'd love to hear from you what you think of her. You'll see Madison again. I'm actually going to be doing a video where I show you the wigs that I wore the most this year, and she's definitely going to be part of that video. Okay, as always, thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. Remember to make it your own, and I'll see you soon.